Hello there. In the previous video, I asked for criticism and what I can do to make my videos more interesting, more entertaining, what I'm doing wrong, blah 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 blah. And I got quite a few responses. The main thing was that my audio quality is really poor, and the structure of videos and storytelling in the server. So storytelling is something that will be worked on eventually. Maybe I have tried it in the past, and I usually force it. I get over excited about it, and it just doesn't happen because I'm over ambitious. Structure of the videos is also something that I should improve upon because I really I am not starting videos well. It's usually like starts with a montage or something boring for the first full minute, no talking, no nothing, and you don't want to sit there and watch it. You would prefer to watch anything else. And audio quality. Audio quality is a big problem. I'm using an old 2015 Corsair headset, and it's starting to break. So I need to work on getting some other alternative or solution for that, which will happen in time. I'm also trying to use a different preset, which may clear up the audio a little, but I'm not sure. We'll see how it shows up in the recording afterwards. Anyways, this here. This is my attempt at doing something really, stupid. I wanted to try and clear out a big area all at once, and I'm a little worried. I hope the water prevents the most of the damage, if there's any, but what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and detonate this massive segment here, which could be risky, but get on my helmet real quick. And 3, 2, 1. We did it. This is... oh, that's so cool. Alright, well, what do we want to do now? It took way too long to set up all of this and do that, and I don't really want to do this again 3 more times. However, we have recently changed over to Fabric, and that has brought along a new mod, Create Mod. So, the purpose of this hole here is not only to dig out a huge area and begin our expansion into building a city, but also to help us set up a big drill to excavate the rest of this even faster. So, what we need to do is this flooded? Oh no. What we need to do is we need to make our way out to the modded lands, which I've already set up a portal to, so that shouldn't take too long. And then start working on setting up a really big drill, and yeah. Yeah, alright, well, I'm gonna get the water here all cleaned up, and either I'll see you out in the nether bridge, work on my way across, or I'll see you in the modded terrain. So, yeah, see you somewhere. Hi there. It's been a few days. I'm back. And, yeah, new mic. Hopefully I sound a little better. Also, I'm running some new mods, such as the camera utility mod, which allows me to zoom in. Ooh, zoom in real close. And zoom out. So that's going to be pretty handy. It's like Optifine Zoom, but better. And we also have B-dubs, like the camera mod he uses, which I'm pretty sure is also camera utilities. So if you want either mod or the others that I'm using right now, there should be some links to them in the description of the video or in the comments, something like that. Anyways, what we're going to be doing is, I've already set up this little base here. This is the frontier outpost that we're just going to be using to get all the materials we need. As you can see, modded stuff, zinc. And what we're going to be focusing on is
trying to get our hands on a ton of the various create mod things, such as all the extra blocks that they added, like the Viridium and Scoria and all these other really cool looking blocks that we don't have any of. Also, we need to build a drill. And in order to do that, we need, where is it here? I lost it. Here we are, mechanical drills. Mechanical drills are fairly easy to make, not really taking too much. The only thing that's a little time consuming is the casing, which we need logs or wood and then some andesite alloys. So, not awful, but a little annoying to make. However, we have some stuff here, but this isn't enough. If I read my list properly, we need 2,465 alloys alone. Andesite alloys, specifically for 667 drills and linear chassis. Well, 694 linear chassis. Then we need 667 barrels, which is, luckily we farmed all that spruce, which came in unintentionally useful, so, that's another use for that, so that shouldn't be too hard. But we're also trying to get our hands on some of the other things, like all the zinc, which I've been slowly mining some over time. And we'll be trying to make that into ingots and making mass production and automation easier, so that's why we're out here. So the purpose of this trip is going to be specifically mining all the modded materials, all the resources, and trying to get our hands on tons of andesite, because we need a lot. See all that? It's all going to be ripped out in a minute. So, we're going to do what every good YouTuber is going to do. We're going to do a montage of us doing stuff. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so this is the little workshop thing here. We got all the goodies. We got a weird little smelter that I used once. We have a mechanical press. We got this thing over here, which we'll be using to make tons of alloys. This is how much we need, by the way, just to put it in perspective. We're only like a fourth, less than a fourth of the way there, so we got a lot of ways to go. And what we're doing right now is I'm just turning all this diorite here and all this extra cobble into andesite, so I can spare myself some mining time over there. And since we're good at segues, what we're going to do now is we are going to start mining. Yeah, another montage in 3, 2, 1. And now, as the sun finally sets, and mobs begin to spawn, we have enough andesite. We actually, between the diorite conversion and the andesite, well, drill mine thing over there, we actually managed to produce, yeah, a pretty good amount of andesite. So, at this point, what we're just going to do is start converting iron and andesite into alloy and, fill up this chest. So, I guess just montage number 3 begins now, of watching me stare at andesite, I guess? What do you think of my content sign? Cool? Maybe? Entertaining? I don't know. Either way, what we've done here is we've actually overproduced on alloys, getting about 18 stacks in total of bonus alloys because we only need about 38 and a half. But yeah, too many alloys is never a bad thing. All the things we can build are going to be so useful. Like, let's say we want to produce andesite casings. In order to make one, you need lots of andesite alloys, and then you need strip logs, which is the second part of the problem. In order for us to make casings and chassis, we need logs. Turns out I had miscalculated and had brought along all this spruce, thinking that we could make chassis from planks. We cannot. So instead, what we need to do is build a tree farm, and I've already done that. I've already taken the time to construct this little monstrosity, and it's pretty simple. What this thing is a mechanical saw. This is just a redstone loop with a dispenser filled to the brim of bone meal. And if we were to put an example here, a sapling grows, and as you can see, this mechanical saw will chop the entire tree all at once. Now, the reason for all these hoppers is because it falls in an arc. If I do it one more time, come on, there we go. Boom, it falls in an arc, so I can't pick it all up at once, and I just want to grab it, you know. Following that, if we head on down here, there is a chute dropping all of this onto a conveyor belt, and as you can see, logs come on, get turned into stripped, and then they are stored in here. Now, we don't actually have enough just yet. We do need way, way, way more amount of double chest or more of stripped logs, specifically due to the case of, if I can find it, I know it's here somewhere, linear chassis. We need a lot of logs, and we don't have that. So for the next hour or so, I will be producing absolutely nothing but trees, which will get turned into logs, and it's very satisfying to watch. I love it. The nice thing about this, though, is that also sticks and saplings don't get chopped, because they can't be turned into anything. It can't be turned into anything. And also, if you haven't noticed already, I've sped up. I've decided to add in a few more of these things. We have 4 rows of 5 now, each producing about 160, 250. I need to figure out why that one doesn't do as much, but they should be all producing about 256 stress units, which is a little overkill, but for efficiency's sake, it does make this farm way, way, way faster. And also, just to spare us from yet another time lapse and another boring or slow bit, what we're going to do is cut straight to the point when I'm done. Don't believe me? Well, if we come straight over here and click on this, we already have 2 double chests filled with nothing but wood. Yeah. We have a lot of spruce. This is actually way too much. It only took like an hour and a half to do. So this farm design, while really rudimentary and simple, is actually extremely viable. That's what the word is, viable. So yeah, if you ever wanted to make an auto tree farm with Create in your early game, I guess this works just fine. Anyways, like all things, I need to make more stuff. I literally cannot have enough things, and in order to build our drill, we need to make everything. So if we go to Create, we still need our mechanical drills, we need our chassis, and we need our casings. So in all of that, I'm going to get straight to making right now, and might do something, might not, we'll see. Another benefit of having the mechanical saw here is it doesn't just cut wood into strip, it also can do strip into logs, and strip into planks, and I'm pretty sure planks into sticks. So any sort of recipe you have can be automated with this, which is what we're doing here, because I need to turn all these planks into slabs, which then goes into barrels. So continuing on, ta-da! We have everything. It's honestly doesn't look like a lot, like the amount of things we have in here, but this is really all we need to make this drill. So I'm glad we managed to do this in one episode. And since I want to do a little bit of a funny editing trick here, I'm going to do a really fast spin, and we should just be teleported straight back to our base. So I'm going to do the spin in like 1, 2, 3, go. That was fast enough. Okay, let's do it again, but way, way, way faster. So we're going to go back to our base. 3, 2, 1. Oh, oh, jeez. Ugh. What? Oh. Oh, God. I think we spun too hard. Oh, no. Oh, no, I think we traveled in time. Okay. Hmm. Well, I guess we spun a little bit too hard and accidentally built the drill ahead of time, but, yeah, it's done. Not. We're actually not entirely done with this thing. There is one little bit involving drills and these contraptions, which, if you haven't used Create Mod before, it's actually a pretty interesting little feature. These here are called chassis. These are the main bit of the entire contraption, and it's what basically holds it all together. So, these are all drills, digs through stuff, and on the back over here are barrels. Now, the interesting thing is that you would think that if I flick this lever here, right, like I'm about to do, it looks like this thing is all together, right? It looks like if we just gave this thing a shove, boom, it starts drilling, right? Well, you're wrong. If I unflip it, take a look at these blocks here. These become entities, these don't. The reason why is because we actually don't have glue on them. If I were to remove this, see, there's no glue. So, what we gotta do, put that back, is we gotta make some glue. Super glue, to be precise, which involves, as you can see, 2 slime balls, 1 nuggie, and an iron sheet. And that makes 1 super glue. Of course, I don't really know how many we need, so I'm just gonna make an absolutely ridiculous amount. And the way super glue works is if I were to go, let's say right, let's go over here. Let's do this here. So if I were to click right here, hello, there we go. It will highlight a section to glue. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and highlight a big section. So if we go, let's say, to this side, too large, okay, understandable. I don't have enough blocks for this. Give me 1 second, technical difficulties. So, even though this looks a little weird, I did have to move the glue bit. I wanted to get like a big segment so you can actually see. So if we get real close, I have this thing all segmented up, and if we go on the other side, same thing. So it's this one giant square of nothing but glue. Ignore that. And what this does is this whole bit here will stay attached and will move with the entire contraption. So I am going to go ahead and glue up the rest of that thing, and then once we're done, we'll, yeah, take a look at the drill, do some stuff, probably end the video there. So, yeah, just going to glue it all up, and I'll see you then. Ta-da! Whole thing's been all glued up, and also, speaking of this, if you're wondering where this little bit goes, I added a bit of, like, I guess you could call it like a counterweight, counterbalance, counter thing, because there were some issues involving the drill. So what this does is it's just going to go around and drill to basically keep this big module here from freaking out if the cart moves too fast. Because I've had errors where if you have, like, no blocks here, right, the drill won't turn at all. And it's not good. So hopefully this all works properly. And of course, we are just going to get down here, stalling real quick, going on down. Ah, nice. And yeah, so since I'm trying to improve on my videos and I'm trying to get better at things, what we're going to do is, like any good YouTuber should, we are going to end this video on a cliffhanger, and I will see you next episode, whenever they may happen, to start up the drill and dig out this massive area. So yeah, see you next time. Bye bye. I lied. I don't want to do that. Why on earth would I leave a big frickin' drill and just not do it? Come on. We're doing this. So, yeah. Let's just get straight into drilling everything. Oh boy, this was interesting. There's clearly some more finicky things to work out, like with the stabilizing beam. This does work. It does help with it. It's just I think maybe putting it up a layer or two, a little bit higher, might help it stabilize faster. Because for right now, it does have a tendency. You probably saw that through the replay, where it's just like awkwardly spinning the entire time. So yeah, it can be a little jank. We're gonna pick it back up. And I think right now, honestly, like, this is pretty good. This isn't horrible. It definitely wasn't the best run, but it wasn't bad. For a first run, I mean, look at the damage. Look at that. Like, yeah, that's really good. So what we're gonna do is, for realsies this time, we're gonna end the episode. This was really fun doing this, and I can't wait to actually get to a bigger scale and just drill this entire area out. Because if I can do this right, it means this will take, what, 3 more? And we'll dig this whole section all at once. It's like, what, 20 minutes if I can get this done? Yeah, but that's enough for me. I hope you have a good time zone or whatever, and yeah, thank you for watching my video to the very end. Have a good time zone yet again. Bye bye.